I just am getting angrier over the stupidest things. But not having neurotypical children makes it easy to be annoyed about everything. People who are able to send their kids to camp for 3 weeks, people who are able to drop their kids off to a circus camp for the day or something and they don't have to hang around. I'm jealous of all that. I don't get to do that. No, especially with my son Bruce. And in fact, even him being on the ADHD medication, he is wanting to be more and more isolated at home, more with devices. My daughter Ruby, she probably would love it, but she's only 5 now and she still wants to cling to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's just Facebook posts, man. All they ever do is make you annoyed. I get so annoyed over little things. Like I have a friend who is in Greece, and a lot of the beaches there are rocky, and I am not a fan of rocks everywhere. Ugh, no thank you. I'd rather go to Hawaii. Smooth sand. I'm sure there's islands in Greece that have smooth sand somewhere, but most of the ones I saw or been to, rocks. So I just have a lot of sensory stuff. Like I don't like rocks. I don't like a lot of noise. And as I get older, I need more time to myself, and it's not easy. There's not like a special needs camp that's gonna take the kids and have them ready to go for weeks on end with no problems. We're looking to put Bruce, my son, into a camp for autism. I'm not sure about Ruby. She technically has autism, but she's really easy to kind of get into things socially. But parents, these other parents who get actual breaks, who go weeks without their kids and get to take a break, who have a camp or have an extended family where there's somebody who's going to be able to take the kids for a couple of weeks. That never happens with us. I think we maybe did an overnight in February for one night, and we had to pay somebody, a sitter, to stay overnight here. We did get one family member to take the kids when I had to work an extra week in May. I worked to the 31st, and the kids were already off of school, and my husband was working at home, and I was at work. So she offered, this great aunt who's like the most amazing person, offered to take them. But she's pretty much been the only person. So we don't have that extended stuff. I don't know. I don't know if it's a generational thing. I don't know if like nowadays we just don't have grandparents who are close by. We just don't have grandparents who stay for months on end, because when I was a baby, I think my grandmother stayed with us for 3 months. People don't really do that nowadays. Or maybe I'm just not in the family that does that. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Being a parent is tough. Being a special needs parent is even tougher. A lot of triggers. A lot of things you have to do all the time. Like I've been cleaning the house for the last hour and a half, and I want to go take a shower. My husband's still on a call for work. Now I could probably go downstairs and go try to shower, but I know my daughter's going to come downstairs and bang on the door and scream at me. My son's pretty good usually. Sometimes he might terrorize stuff and throw things around. I mean, that's probably why a lot of my executive functioning has just dissipated so much. It's like having kids that you know are going to tear up your house all the time. You just get burnt out on trying to like keep anything running. So yeah, it's difficult. But yeah, I just want to take a shower. I want to shave. I want to do the little basic things that I keep postponing. But then I was like taking a Facebook break because I don't know how long my husband's call's going. I texted him. And I see friends posting about their kids going to camp for 3 weeks, or all these friends who are traveling out of country. And, I've never been out of country with my husband. I've never been to another country with my husband. He doesn't even have a passport. So, yeah. He's quite frugal in comparison to me. I tend to overspend, but I think life is short, and I think, book as many trips as you can. Take the adventure, struggle with the kids. Better to struggle out with the kids than struggle at home, or find somebody to watch the kids for a week and let's go. I actually was at one of my Zumba parties and I won 2 silent auction items. One's a trip to the Berkshires, and I guess that's in Massachusetts or near Massachusetts. I've never been. Sounds exciting. Want to go for our anniversary next October because we will be together 20 years as a couple overall. And I also won a week in, I don't know if it's in Barcelona, but it's in Spain. And that soundtrack in the background is my kids messing around with toys and shits and giggles and stuff. Anyways, so I won these 2 trips, and I pretty much have been, since before the kids, since after the kids, the person who's always like, let's get a trip going. Let's, whether I go to a school auction and I win something, that's a trip. Like I won a trip last year, won 2 trips last year, where I have to poke at my husband and be like, let's go somewhere, and then he'll finally book something and it'll be exactly what I told him that I wanted to do. So it's tough. It's tough, holding everything up and being the creative mind all the time, the one who wants to have the spark and the creativity and the ingenuity, and let's life is short, let's go on trips, let's go do things, let's go explore, let's go to another country. We've never gone to another country together. These kids are going to have to learn to be around other people. They're going to have to learn to be around other extended family. I mean, during summers, I stayed with cousins for a week here or there and did that. It happens. But people are having less children. People are having less cousins. Families are less connected and less close, which is very sad. Both my parents are gone, not alive anymore. We have a grandpa on the other side who's, there for certain things, but not really a caregiver type. We have a grandma who is in another state, so there's that. She comes when she can. And like I said, we have this one great aunt who's been doing a lot. We have another aunt who wants to try to start helping out and babysit because she's retired, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, trying to figure out, especially for my eldest, my son, he doesn't have friends. He wants to be isolated. Getting him to go to things is tough. I think Ruby, my daughter, when she's of a certain age, we won't be able to hold her back. So, having a 5-year-old at 48 is very tough. Especially when I'm just slowing down and I'm just like, whatever. When you're slowing down and you're like, I'm tired of making the plans, I'm tired of making the trips, I'm tired of the ideas, and you want someone else to pick up the baton, let's go. Anyway, I'm really glad for all you people who get to do all these trips and stuff and go to different countries, and your kids go to summer camps and you have 3 weeks off and whatever. It just kind of burns me that I don't get any of that. Now, there's some people out there who don't even get the kind of privileges I get. I get it. That doesn't mean I don't have these feelings. So it's something that I always worked out. I have to work on. I always have had FOMO. I've always, and social media makes FOMO even worse. So, anyway. So my kids are finishing summer school in, end of this month. We're going to a wedding, so we are doing a trip. We're going to probably drive. It's going to be about 7 hours. I'm worried about it, but I think we might leave the night before, find a place to stay overnight, and then head out to our main hotel and place to stay. As I'm talking, my daughter has pulled down all the pillows from the couch. So anything I tidy up, it's like your kids just kind of shit on everything you do. So you start to feel like, what's the fucking point? Anyways, so we are going to a wedding at the end of the month I'm excited about. And it's down in Southern California. And then in end of July, we're doing Tahoe, which is a trip we do every year. I love it. I kind of get bored because it's the same old, and everybody kind of just goes to the cabin and just sit on a device or read a book. I'm cool with reading a book, but I also want to explore and do stuff. So that's the tough part, having a partner who wants to do that. It's tough. That's why I miss my Zumba trips. Those were always had an itinerary, and there was a bunch of people. You could decide what to do and what not to do. No problem.